Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's a mess, I know, but you know what? It has been the craziest year of my reselling business by far. Between my YouTube channel, eBay, whatnot, affiliates, sponsorships, and everything combined, I have made more in the first 3 months of this year than I used to make all year long at my corporate job as an executive assistant. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that. That is crazy. So finally, after I feel like 6 years of doing this, I'm starting to see the payoff of all of that work and all of that sacrifice. So today I'm going to share a few of the things that have sold. I'm going to share things that have contributed to this upswing in my business. I'm definitely going to be sharing some brands that are really unheard of. I don't hear a lot of talk about them, but they're selling really well for me. Brands that are super hot, sell very quickly. So for today's video, I just wanted to kind of sit back, relax, and talk shop with you guys. First, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Anyone who's watched my videos for any amount of time probably knows by now how much I love Skillshare. I've watched a ton of classes and I have learned so much. If you've seen an improvement in my editing on YouTube, it's all because of Skillshare and the classes that I've taken there and the tips and techniques that I have incorporated into my channel that have directly impacted how many views I get and the growth of my YouTube channel. And with the new baby arriving in our home, I definitely needed to tweak my productivity, and I took this really amazing productivity class by Ali Abdal. I've actually watched the whole thing twice because I enjoyed it so much, and I wrote down a ton of tips, and it's definitely helped me organize and manage my time a lot better. Those and thousands of other classes are available on Skillshare for anyone who's curious to learn. Right now, the first 1,000 people who use the link in my description or use promo code HustleAtHomeMom will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare membership, so you can access all of these classes for free, test them out. It honestly has been one of the best things that I've done for myself. One of the best investments that I've made in myself is to watch these classes and to improve little by little. And I have to say, it has made a huge difference in my business and in my personal life. Thanks again, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back into talking shop. So far this year on eBay, I have sold $25,866. You can throw in another 1,000 on Poshmark. I mean, Poshmark is still growing. I'm not really listing a ton there, but I do cross-list using Flip. It's a free cross-listing software. YouTube has also grown by leaps and bounds, thank heavens, because I thought it was dead for a while. I really wasn't doing a lot to resurrect it. You know, after Crew was born, I took a lot of time off. But I was able to bring some life back into it, and now I am so close to 100,000 subscribers, so it has definitely grown beyond my wildest dreams. And I've been juggling my family at the same time, so it's been just such a crazy 2022. So what of my recent videos and finds have actually sold? I'm going to share those with you. Beta Brand, I think Beta Brand is talked about, but these pants sold for $50. That was my full asking price, and I did pick those up at that yard sale in my most recent yard sale video. I mean, I did pay up for them a little bit. I paid $15 for them, but they sold for $50, which is great for me. I do try to stay at about 1/3 of what I think it'll sell for, as far as like the highest I'll go when I'm buying stuff. This Anthropologie dress I picked up for $5 at the yard sale right after that one, and it sold for $55 plus shipping. And this is a really cute Anthropologie dress worn on TV, I think in Glee. That was the picture that I put up. Yeah, super excited about that. I had a feeling that it would sell relatively quickly. I picked up a ton of Tommy John pieces in a recent pallet haul, and Tommy John is an underwear brand. Obviously, you can only sell it if it's new with tags. So I picked up a ton of these, and 25 of them have sold for between $20 and $30. These second skin pajama pants sold for $45, so a little bit more, but generally the men's boxer briefs are the ones that I have had, and they've sold between, like I said, $20 and $30. What is that, like $500 in sales right there? Definitely Bolo, Tommy John. I mean, obviously you need to get it new with tags, but even the pajama pants sell really well and quickly. These all sold really fast. This Realization dress sold for $115, and I picked it up in that same palette that all that Tommy John underwear was in. Super glad to see this go. It was a really nice brand. I actually have another Realization Elton John collab tee that I found in one of my bins. I think I just hadn't listed yet. So knowing that this sold super fast, I'm definitely going to be listing that Elton John tee as soon as I can. This Dale of Norway sweater was in that vintage sweater palette haul that I got. What else did I get in that one? I got like a bunch of Abercrombie, got the vintage sweaters, and I got a ton of those Tommy Hilfiger pants. The Tommy Hilfiger pants surprisingly have been selling really well. I've sold 10 pairs so far. I only had to create one listing. They're new with tags. They've sold like for $25 to $30, but I made one listing, listed all of them, and 10 of them have sold so far. So these two together have almost paid off that palette on its own. And I've been selling the Abercrombie tops and dresses that were in that palette as well. I got all of those dang security tags off. In fact, I might have had more sales from that palette than the luxury high-end one, which we'll get into. That is the problem with high-end things, like really luxury designer stuff, eclectic things. They just take so long to sell. You've got to hold on to your price, and you kind of have to hold out for the right buyer at the right time. So a lot of those finds were really cool and really interesting, but I do anticipate that I'll just kind of be waiting for them to sell for quite a while. However, the Anne de Meulemeester pants from that haul did sell. They sold for $105. So thank heavens I'm having a few of those items sell, and again, I'll just have to be patient with those other items. This is a brand called Reigning Champ, and this hoodie sold for $90 plus shipping. That's like more than a Patagonia or Lululemon hoodie would sell for, which is kind of crazy to me. So Bolo Reigning Champ, it sold really quickly and for a lot. This is that Canyon Outback leather messenger bag that I got at the recent yard sales that I went to. Picked it up for I think $5 and it sold for $50 plus shipping, kind of. That's what I thought it would sell for. This is Savage X Fenty lingerie, and I sold it for $40 plus shipping. I had a lot of Savage Fenty lingerie in one of those palette hauls, the same one that I had the Tommy John underpants and underwear. And it's selling okay. I would say the Tommy John for sure has a faster velocity, so it's selling fine. This is that Silk Maison dress that I got at that yard sale. I did pay $30 for it, and I ended up selling it for $65, so not the best profit margin, but it did sell quickly. I did think it would sell for more, but I was kind of like, whatever, let's just sell it and move on. This is that Jujubee diaper bag that I got in my most recent palette haul where I paid $500 for those items. It had like the matching case with it, and I actually had a lot of comments saying that they were interested in it, and it had a lot of watchers right away. Sold for $75 plus $10 shipping. I had never heard of Jujubee before, but it is definitely a bolo if you find it in like the backpack section or the bag section of the thrift. This is an Adidas Ivy Park beanie. Ivy Park is Beyonce's brand, so this is a collab with her. It sold for $50 plus shipping, which is kind of what the comps were at the time when I pulled it out of the palette. That is crazy. It is like a houndstooth beanie. Definitely look out for any Ivy Park Adidas collabs. They sell great and for a lot. This is that Aina for McDougal size 0, like one shoulder dress. Super, super pretty. Sold for $200 plus shipping. I got this in the palette that I unboxed with David, the ones that have the Tommy John and the Savage Fenty. That was a great palette. Like a lot of the stuff from there has already sold. That Realization dress was from there too. But yeah, I usually like stay away from gowns and dresses like that, like ball gowns, because they just take a really long time to sell. But this sold really quickly, so it must be a really hot brand. So definitely Bolo Aina for McDougal. This is that Astrifa Victorian sleeve sweater that I got at that third garage sale that I went to. I will show a clip of it here. I picked this up for $5 and comps looked really good at the time. I listed this for $100 and it immediately had like 4 watchers, and I sold it to one of you guys, one of my viewers, for $70 plus shipping. Just side note, whenever you let me know that you are a YouTube subscriber, I do try to give you my best deal that I can. It is definitely a Bolo brand, Astrifa. Any kind of European woolen knit, hand knit, vintage style sweater like this. I mean, this style is what made me look up that brand in the first place. When you find something unique and eclectic like this with a different brand, hand knit, definitely look it up, because I've had a lot of really good luck with sweaters like this. These Classy Network Brahmies have been selling not super fast. I have 86 of them, so from that palette. And they've been selling for between $20 to $25 each. I have sold 6 of them, and so I have 80 left. And it's been, how many, like 6 weeks or so since I've listed them. That's great. I mean, I'm fine being patient. They take up 1 bin, so I'm not in a huge hurry to like get these sold. I'm thrilled that they're selling. But yeah, I just wanted to give like an update on that. They're moving, but a little bit more slowly than I'd like. This is that Johnny Was vintage embroidered velvet coat. This also had like 4 watchers on it immediately. I listed it for $125 and then sold it to one of you guys for $90 plus shipping. Super happy with that. I mean, I paid, I think $10 for this one. Love Johnny Was. I don't think I've ever had anything that was Johnny Was that took more than a few days to sell. So huge bolo. I mean, it is talked about a lot, but even the older tag, more vintage stuff will still sell. And I mean, I'm sure everyone knows this by now, but using Y2K in your titles and in your description, that is like a keyword right now. That's coming back in fashion. Heaven help us all. It's like almost giving me trauma seeing the styles that were popular when I was in high school come back, because like high school wasn't a great time for me. So I'm like, okay, low-rise jeans, that's fine. Like I'm seeing all these trends and styles come back, which is great. You know what? That's what fashion does, right? It goes in cycles. The low-rise jeans are coming back. I had it verified by our teenage babysitter just the other day. Are they coming back for me? No, but they're coming back for the younger generation. This is that Hedley and Bennett apron. It sold for $50 basically immediately, sold super fast. So look for the clothing or the aprons that have the little ampersand symbol in red. That Burberry dress that I picked up at that luxury thrift store, I did pick it up for $55, which means I paid $50 because I got 10% off. It sold for $120 plus shipping, so that was a great profit. Super happy with that. This retro feet dress had a small flaw. It had like this black mark on, like near the tag, so not visible when it's worn, but I did let this go for a pretty good discount. I mean, $240 is a lot for a dress, but these dresses can go for like up to $400. If you have the rainbow one, that's like the same one Taylor Swift wore to something, that's a super popular style. I think that sells for like $500 to $600, but since this was just the white sequin one and it had the flaw, it was a quick flip at $240 plus $9 shipping. This is a brand called Lioness, and I had never heard of it before, but it came in a pallet, new with tags. This sold within like an hour at my full asking price. So this is a brand to definitely keep your eyes peeled for. It had like a separate little shrug that it went with, black tight knit dress. Yeah, look out for the brand Lioness. It seems to do great. This is a brand called Stio. It is the Power Wool Tight. I got this in a pallet, and Stio has been selling great. It's such a fast seller. It's like a high-end activewear outdoor brand, kind of like Smart Wool, Patagonia in that vein. Yeah, these sold super fast overnight for $40 plus shipping. Another one of those vintage sweaters sold for $42 plus, about $42 plus shipping, and this was in that vintage sweater pallet haul. So there you have it, $25,000 in sales just on eBay. I did sell a few things on Poshmark as well because I've been cross-listing over there. Not a ton of things, but this Hello Kitty sweater sold on Poshmark for $60. This Sandro dress that was retailed for $430, it sold for $240. It's a really pretty one. So yeah, some really decent Poshmark sales mixed in with those eBay sales. Business is going great, and I am just beyond grateful for all of you for supporting me. Yard sale season is back, so I always have great finds there too. So all in all, I'm really excited about the direction my business is going. It is really hard to manage with the kids, but I've just found that I have to be really disciplined with my schedule, letting things distract me, letting myself get discouraged, letting myself get in my own head. I've always been my own worst enemy when it comes to this business, YouTube, anything. Getting out of my own way and just working hard, keeping my head down and keeping that momentum has made all the difference this year. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want all kinds of content about finding really cool things to sell online and documenting my journey along the way. I appreciate you. Take care, you guys, and I will catch you next time.